Let's get going. So let's start on the mat. We're going to do quite a lot of hip work today. So a bit of hip stretching, opening the hips and thinking about how we can work into strengthening and stretching into that area. So that's what we're focusing. We're going to do quite a bit on the core as well. So we're going to start with our feet together, and as we do, we're going to think about our posture. So stand nice and tall, lift and roll those shoulders. Think about that tailbone, tuck it underneath. I want you to squeeze those thighs together, squeeze and pull those glutes in. Then the pelvic floor. Think about pulling everything up. Squeeze and tighten the core. Tighten and relax. Inhale, squeeze, exhale, release. We'll do this a few times. Squeeze and release. Squeeze, pull everything up, release. A couple more. Squeeze, release. Last one, squeeze, relax. Okay, turn those toes out to the side. We're going to lift those heels and drop them down, and then we're going to shift the weight into our heels, and then we're going to slightly come forward to the toes. Come back, just getting our balance, just getting the weight into the feet correct. Then we're going to come into the center of the foot, so distributing the weight equally, softness into the knees. And then from here, we're going to just start to move that pelvis, tuck that tailbone down, then push the hips forward, so rotate and really feel what's going on with the core. So I don't want it just to be a thrust, I want it to just round, push back, round, smoothly, squeeze, push back, squeeze, tighten, pull that pelvic floor up, tighten the lower parts of the abdominals, tighten, push back, tighten, push back. One more, squeeze, stay there, tailbone pointed down. Okay, core and the ribs. Push the ribs forward and then bring them close to the hips. Push forwards and down. And again, as you tighten, I want you to think about squeezing the core. Think about the core that surrounds all this part of underneath the ribs. Squeeze. One more, squeeze, exhale and lift the shoulders. Here we're going to squeeze those shoulder blades, lift those shoulders up towards the ears, then squeeze as you come down, lift up, squeeze, come back down, up and down, couple more, lift and down, up and down, last one, up and down, squeeze, hold back and really pause there, squeeze those shoulder blades, lower back down. Then we're going to change direction and really try and separate the shoulders. I want you to lift those arms a little bit further to the front, lift, around those shoulders, a couple more. Let's stay to the front and just touch those fingers together, but try and push those shoulder blades apart and release. Okay, from here, we're going to start nice and tall. Bring that imaginary piece of string to the top of the head and pull that spine, elongate everything that little bit longer. Inhale, lift those arms as high as you can, so towards the ears. Inhale here. Exhale. And we're just going to start by just dropping that chin to the chest, rounding the spine, bringing those arms down towards the knees. I'm not going any further. I'm going to practice pulling that core in and really rounding from there. Keep in softness into the knees. Then lift yourself back up. Inhale, rise back up. Lift and roll those shoulders. Squeeze that core again. We're going to go a little deeper this time. Inhale. Exhale, round everything down. Again, pulling that core in. We're trying to create this curve in the spine. Roll, drop those hands a little lower. Maybe they're towards your knees and they're floppy, they're loose. And we're going to use that core in reverse. Inhale, rise back up. Lift, it's with control and it's slow. And we're going again. Inhale, rise those arms. Exhale, round the spine. Pull the core in, drop in that chin. Soften into the knees. Go that little bit deeper this time. Our hands maybe by the side of your shins this time. Arms are floppy, head down. Drop in that chin. Inhale, rise back up. Use that core to bring that spine back to neutral. Lift, roll the shoulders, lift that head. Inhale, lift those arms. Exhale, pull that core in, engage the abdominals. Exhale, coming down. And again, soften into the knees this time. Maybe the hands are just in front of the ankles, just hovering above the ground. Inhale, rise. Peel yourself back up gently with precision and control, thinking about each vertebrae lengthening back up through to standing. Inhale, rise those arms, pull the core in, squeeze those glutes. Exhale, come back down. Soften into the knees, don't lock those knees out, and lower those hands down towards the ground. Are the fingertips touching the mat yet? Is the head relaxed? Is the head pulling you closer? You've got a roundness and curve to that spine. Use it, don't fold yourself in half. And really try, if you can, to push your back up. So try and push the spine, creating even more of a curve if you can. Inhale, rise back up. Well done. Okay, lift those arms one more time. This time we're going to go all the way down. Inhale, exhale, round. So we're lifting over, pulling that core in, creating this curve in the spine. Roll down, hands down in front of you, and let them become floppy. Let those legs lengthen behind, but soften into the knees. Hold that pose. Hold onto the elbows just to deepen that stretch, to allow the spine to just curve slightly further. Hold that stretch, hold that pose. Release the fingers from the elbows. Inhale, rise back up. One vertebrae at a time, rising all the way back up through to standing. Stand nice and tall. Well done. Your spine should feel a little warmer, and definitely thinking about a posture there. Okay, so we're going to think about our hips. We're going to be opening our hips from here. So what we're going to do is we're going to stand nice and tall, and we're going to start by circling the legs from the front. So tap to the front, and then we're just going to bring it out to the side. Tap to the side, tap to the side, tap to the side, tap to the side, tap, tap. 4, 3, 2, last one. Let's leave the foot down there, and we've kind of got a wider stand position. We're going to bring our hands up, pulling that core in. We're going to bring those elbows down towards the ribs. We're going to bring them back in, bring them back down. Engage in that core as we do. Exhale to move. Inhale, come back up. And I want you to try and think about those arms as you're pulling them down. Slightly tense. Try and show me your muscles. Bring them down. Up and down. Up and down. Okay, from here we're going to put the weight onto this standing side, and we're going to try and bring this elbow towards the knee and then tap down. Don't worry if it's just to here. It doesn't have to be as high. We're just twisting slightly, bringing that elbow towards the knee, or the knee, sorry, towards the elbow. Tap and down, tap and down. 4, 3, 2, last one. Lower this side. Stay there. Bring those hands, those elbows down to the ribs. Push back up. Squeeze. Push back up. Squeeze and up. 4 and up. 3 and up. Just tighten those muscles in the core. Tighten the muscles in the arms. The triceps should be working. The shoulders. Last one. And push the weight slightly onto the other side. Then we're going to bring that knee up towards the elbow. In and down. In and down. And again, don't worry if it's not as high. Even if you're just pulling the elbow towards the knee. Tap if you can. Tap. 4, 3, 2, last one. Open those arms and then release. Reach up and open. Up. Cross those arms. Reach. As you're reaching tall, pull the core in. Last one. Exhale, we're going to fold this time. So we're not rounding, go nice straight back. We're folding from the hips, arms down in front. Okay, hands down onto the mat. We're going to bend the knees, sinking, tailbone down towards the ground. Then we're going to push those legs up to be straighter. Push down and up, down and up. 4, 3, 2, last one, sinking down, lengthen those legs and bring yourself all the way back up through to that standing position. Okay, legs are still wide. We're going to circle onto the side. So we tap, bring it over, tap, bring it over, tap to the side, tap to the side. Keep moving that, keep that core engaged. You can bring those arms up as well. 4, 3, 2, last one. Okay, sink the heels down, and from here we're going to sink down into that seated squat position wider. So tailbone down, chest is up, come back up. We'll do 10, 9, squeeze those glutes as you come up, tailbone down. Keep moving. Okay, we've got 4, 3, 2, last one. Okay, sink the weight back to this side. From here, we're just going to lift this leg, working into this part of the hip. Lift, 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 lift. 4, 3, 2, last one. Stay up and hold from there. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Bring that heel in. Push the toe away. In and away. In and away. 4, 3, 2, last one. Tap that toe down there. Okay, we're going to keep this heel off and we're going to sink back down. Come back up. Sink back down. Come back up. Down. For 4, 3, 2, last one. Back to standing. Drop that heel. Lift this heel off from here. Get ready to just lift off the ground. Doesn't have to be too high. Tap and lift. Tap. I want it with control. I want the inside leg to be working as you're lowering this leg. The outside as you're lifting. Lift and low. Up and down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay maybe just hovering just above the ground. Bring that heel in. Point the toe away. In and away. 4, 3, 2, last one. Drop bring the weight, more to the center. Keeping this heel up. We're going to go back down and up, down and up, down and up. 4 and 3, 2, last one. Well done. Bring those feet in to that parallel, so hip distance apart. Lift one heel off at a time, and then we're going to add the arms. So opposite arm, pull that core in and switch, and switch, 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 switch. Walking tin soldiers. 4, 3, 2, last one. Drop those heels down. Okay, get ready to shift the weight from the heels to the toes. So lift off the heels. Lift those arms up parallel to the ground or all the way, and we'll sink back down. Lift up and down, up and down. Lift, pull that core in, squeeze. We're going to go for 4, 3, 2, last one. Drop those heels. Lift that left with that right arm and switch, 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 switch. 4, 3, 2, Last one, drop those heels. Lift those hands back parallel, lift those heels or lift those arms all the way up and then lower down. Up and down, engage that core. 4, 3, 2, last one, lower those hands all the way down. Well done. Okay, we're going to get down and we're going to be opening the hips a bit more onto the mat. So we're going to start with the mat in front of us, lifting those arms, inhale, exhale, rounding the spine, pull the core in, soften into the knees. Let those arms again become floppy, let that head be the weight. And we're going to pause there. I want you to hold into that pose, hold down towards the ground, head down. Pull the core in. Okay, and from here, I want you then to walk those hands forwards. Walk the hands forwards and you're into that upside down V or that downward dog position. And we're going to lift one heel up, lower it down, lift the other. If you're confident enough, you can switch, pushing and pressing those heels like you did in that tin soldier. We're going to go for 4, 3, 2, last one. Okay, from here, walk those hands further forward, dropping those knees down to your 4-point kneeling. Pull that core in, make sure that spine isn't sinking, so you're not creating that curve or rounded the spine. It's nice and strong. Shoulders, don't make sure the shoulders aren't squeezed together again. They're nice and strong. And gaze down towards the ground. Starting with your right leg, you're going to step the right leg out. And we're going to slide it out to the side, bring it back in. So we're going to slide it out, bring it in, out and in, out and in, out and in. We're going to go for 4, 3, 2, use that core. Last one. Stay long, okay? Make sure the hips are facing down towards the ground. Soften into the elbows. We're going to lift that leg up. Tap the toe down. Lift and down. Up and down. 4, 3, 2, last one. Okay, from here. Again, we're going to come out to the side. Bring it back in. Out. So you can slide the foot or you can lift and tap it over, almost creating a little arch with those toes. And if you're painting, it'd be a little rainbow. 4, 3, 2, last one. I want that leg to stay out from there, and I just want you to try and lift that leg there. 4, 3, 2, last one. Keeping that leg out. We're going to sink down. So even if that's just a little bit down, sinking yourself down towards the heel. If not, we're going to try and sink as far down as we can, and we're going to reach forwards. So even if it's there, pushing those palms down. Feel the stretch on the inside. So the leg directly out to the side. Sit down, opening the hips. Okay, keep the leg where it is. Keep the hand, bring yourself back up into that 4-point kneeling, although that leg's up to the side. And then we're going to bring those hands up. So you're in this side kneeling position. If I face the same way towards the front. So we're out here. Well done. Okay, and from here we are going to reach those arms up above, and we're going to bend down towards the side we're kneeling on. Reach down, lift up, down and up, down. Use the core here as you reach up. Inhale here, exhale, inhale, exhale. 2 more, exhale. Last one. This arm is going to come down to the side and we're into that side lying position. This leg is now going to lift up. If you're finding it too much, you can bring that hip all the way down and come from here. So we're going to lift and lower, up and down. You can reach that top arm up or hold on to that hip, but make sure that tailbone is tucked down and nice and strong with that spine. 3, 2, last one. From here, bring those knees together and then we're going to sit down onto our side. Sitting onto the side, we're going to bring that elbow down, sinking lower. And again, we're working into the hip here. We're going to lift into that clam. Top arm can come over and support. Clam is where the leg, the ankle, and the knee are in line. Lift. We're going to lower. We go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Point that toe, extend the leg, bring that heel in. Point the toe, bring it in. For 4, 3, 2, last one. We're going to stay long. We're going to lift that leg up, lower back down, up and down. 4, 3, 2, last one. Bring that heel in, push away, in, push away with that toe. 4, 3, 2, last one. Knees back down. Give that side a rub. Okay, from here, we're going to bring the weight back to that straight arm, but slightly soften into the elbow. And we're going to lift our hips away and reach over. Lift the arm up, come back down. Lift up and over and back down. 4, 3. Going to really bring this side away from the mat. Last one. Stay up and then bring the arm straight. Lengthen this leg out to the side. Lift this leg back up. 4, 3, 2, last one. Okay, from here we're going to reach ourselves all the way up. Back to the side kneeling position. Lift those arms, reach down and up. Exhale and up. 3, 2, last one. Those arms, we're going to fold ourselves forward. I'll just turn around so you can see. Reach those arms forwards, hands down, and sink down back to that stretch. So sink down as low as you feel comfortable. You could put a cushion behind to keep yourself comfortable. Sitting onto the heels, feel that stretch into the inside thigh, head down. Okay, bring yourself back up. Bring that leg back round. Bring those feet together. And we're going to sit back again onto our heels, this time into that child's pose. Stretch long, head down. Stay down into that child's pose for a couple of minutes. Just let everything sink down. Well done. Okay. From here, we're going to come back up, but we're going to work onto the other side. So I've just turned around. So we're going to work onto the other side. So get yourself back into that full alignment. So we're stretching that left leg out this time. We're going to reach round, come back in. Round, come back in. So we're sliding the toe along the ground or just slightly lifting, working into the hips. I'll do 4, 3. Don't have to go as far. You can literally just lift and slide the leg out to the side. Last one. And stay back behind. We're going to lift and tap. Lift and tap. Make sure the gaze is down. Make sure those hips are down towards the ground. Core. Pull that core in. We're going to go for 4, 3, 2. Last one. Again, tap to the side. Bring that leg back in. Out. And 4, 3, 2, Last one. Okay, leave that leg out. And from here, we're going to lift and tap. Up, up. Again, don't worry about how high you're lifting it. Even if that's a centimetre off the ground. Move 4, 3, 2. Last one. Leaving the leg out. Sit down, stretching into this side. Head down, palms down. Feel that stretch on the inside. All the way inside, into that hip flexor. Inside of the leg, adductors. Okay, and bring yourself back up, leaving the leg out to the side, bringing those hands towards the knees, and bring yourself to that side kneeling position. Okay, lift those arms. Inhale, reach down, come back up. Inhale, and down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Couple more. Last one, this hand. Reach down towards the ground. Look down and make sure you're in one line. From here, this leg, we're going to lift and tap. And again, you can come all the way down onto this side hip if it's too much to be the kneeling. 4, 3, 2, last one. Bring those knees together. Come all the way onto that hip and all the way onto that forearm. Make sure you're comfortable, tailbone is tucked under, and then from here we're going to work this climb. So lift, that hand can support as well. Tap, lift up and down, up and down. 4, 3, 2, last one, stay up, point the toe, heel in, away, and in, away, and in. 3, 2, last one, nice and long, tap and lift, tap and lift. 4, 3, 2, so bring that heel in, push away, in, 2 more, last one, bring those knees together, come back onto that straighter arm, so slightly soften into the elbows, and from here we're pushing the hips away, lift, if that's enough for you, stay there and then come down, we'll reach over, if not reach over, and sink back down, over, 2 more, last one, and we're going to stay up there, lengthen and push yourselves up, away from the ground, back to that side kneeling. Well done, lift those arms, inhale, reach down towards the ground, and up, down, and up. 2 more, last one, come up, lower those arms, sink yourself all the way back down onto that heel. Stretch back, feel the hip open, sink the head down. Bring yourself up, bring the legs back in, then sink back down into that child's pose. Okay, again, if you find it too hard, you can use a cushion, or sink or a yoga block in front to reach, or even using a footstool or chairs, a really good box. It's a really good way of opening our hips, pushing the hands into the ground really helps. Stretch into shoulder blades. Okay, coming back into that 4-point kneeling. So we're going to start with the first leg, and we're going to push the sole of the foot up, bring that knee forward towards the nose. So we're going to think about rounding the spine there, push up, round, pull that core in. I don't want you just to drop the spine. I want you to push and keep that spine controlled, so not arching here, but we're going to round as we come back round. Push, back, squeeze, and round. push back, squeeze and round. Push back, squeeze and round. So if you need to, just feel how your spine is going. I don't want that curve, I don't want that strain. So just push as far back, don't go any further. Don't want that curve there. 2 more. Last one. This time we're going to bring that knee forwards. Okay, and you've got an option. You can keep the leg in line with the side of your mat, or if you feel comfortable enough to, you can turn it round to create almost a figure of 4, and this is the pigeon pose. So don't do if you've got any knee problems, just sinking yourself lower onto this leg at the front, again, will help open the hip. You can stay there with the arms straight, or bring those elbows down, and lowering the head down towards the ground. So go with whatever foot works for you. Don't worry if it's slightly tight, that's normal. Tightness isn't pain, tightness can help us increase flexibility. So if we work through that tightness, what will happen, everything will relax and we're able to work a little bit deeper with our flexibility. Okay, come back up. So bring those hands straighter. Bring the weight back onto the back toe. And then from here, I want you to make some space in front because we're going to bring this foot forwards and we're going to reach our weight slightly forward. Again, if it feels too tight, that's fine. You can just stay with the hands to the side, or you can, again, use yoga blocks to give yourself a little bit more height. And what we want to do again is open the hip there, pushing the weight forwards. Then we're going to lengthen this front leg slightly straighter. So again, don't worry how straight you've got that leg. And we're lowering that head down towards the knee. Hold. And bring yourself forwards. Okay, bring the hands onto the inside. I want the shoulder to push onto the inside of that knee. And then reach slightly forwards. Hold that stretch. Okay, unravel the legs, bring those legs back in and reach down into that child's pose. Well done. I know it's quite a tricky one. Some of the movements can take a bit of time to get used to. Okay, moving swiftly on to the other side, and then we're going to get into do some core work. So, again, we're pushing this leg back, squeezing. The sole of the foot is almost kicking away from us. We're squeezing there, but we're not curving, or we're not extending the spine. So, push back, and then we're going to curve, bring in that knee in. So, bring that knee in, round the body, push back, squeeze, bring it in, push back. And in. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Bring that knee forwards. And again, slide that back leg. Sitting onto that heel, or if you, so it's parallel towards the side of the mat. If you want to deepen it, get into that pigeon pose, turning that leg onto the inside. I don't want to, my knees hurts. So I'm going to stay there. I'm going to stay there, but then I'm going to lower my elbows down towards the ground, deepening that stretch. The alternative is the figure of 4 from the pigeon pose, but this actually just gets a little bit deeper into the hip flexors. Lowering that head down. And again, you can use cushions to aid here. Bring those arms to be straighter. Bring the knees back. Make some space because we're going to bring this leg forwards in between the hands. And again, pushing down. We're going to push forwards and back. Forwards and back. 2 more. And then from here, we're going to lengthen this leg. Try to get the head down towards the knee. Feel that stretch all the way down the hamstrings. Bring that knee forwards. Hands then come onto the inside, pushing the shoulder, opening the hips even more, the shoulder into the knee. Hold that stretch. Well done. Okay, bring those legs back round. Sit back one more time into child's pose. Well done, everybody. Well done. Sit down into child's pose. stretch down, and then we're going to get and do some work into the core. Okay, sit yourself back up. From the child's pose, we're going to start with the core in the same position. So we're going to start in a 4-point kneeling, so into our prone position. And we're going to stretch the leg out. So core doesn't have to be lying down and doing crunches. In fact, it's better for you to do work from the plank position. So what we're going to do, we're going to lengthen that left leg. I'm going to reach that right leg back, drop that left knee, drop that right knee. Lift that left leg, lift that right leg. Down, down. We'll pause at the bottom, have a break. Make sure we soften into the elbows. Head is down, core is engaged. Extend that right leg. Then lift that left knee up, hold. Drop, down, slowly. So I want you to stay and pause for a couple of seconds at the top, and then slowly lower the knees down one at a time. Make sure you're not rounding the spine, not curving or extending the spine. Make sure the shoulders aren't sinking down or pushing away. Get ready, extend one at a time. Pause, lower down. Come back up, 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 pause, lower down. Ready, up, up, pause, lower down. Up, up, pause, lower down. 2 more. Last one. And sink back to child's pose, but then only briefly, because we're bringing those hands back towards the knees, sitting onto the heels, unravel those legs out in front of us. And we'll start with a stretch. Start with that spine stretch, so lifting those arms up. Inhale, and we're going to reach down, exhale towards the toes, head down towards the knees. Inhale, sit back up. Exhale, lowering yourself down. Inhale, we're going to do this a couple of times. Remember, we talk about reaching over that imaginary beach ball. It's the same movement as we do in standings, which is why I'm trying to get you to think about rounding the spine. So we reach up, pulling that core in and round, head down towards the knees. Hold, and we're going to pause there. Deepening that stretch, holding that stretch, don't bounce. Trying to get your head a little closer every kind of 10 seconds or so. We can then think about increasing the depth of the stretch and encouraging flexibility. Inhale, sit back up. Okay, from here, we're going to bend those knees. We're going to sit nice and tall. We're going to bring those hands out in front of us. A little bit of weight there just with those arms. And we're going to sit back with a straight back, sit back. We're going to sit back up. Inhale. Sit back. As soon as your feet start to lift, I want you to sit up a little bit higher, so they shouldn't be lifted. Inhale. Exhale, sit back. Inhale. Exhale. And obviously, the deeper you go, the harder it is. So choose your level. This is gentle, but doesn't mean necessarily easy. I want you to feel that you've worked. Inhale. Exhale. A couple more. Last one. Right, we're going to stay down as low as we can from here. And we're going to lift those arms one at a time. Lift and down. Feel that slight kind of shake into the core. 4, 3, 2, last one. Sit back up. Up and down. Up and down. Let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, last one. Stay back. Extend that right leg and bend it back. Left and bend it back. Extend and bend. Keep seated back. 4, 3, 2, last one. Sit yourself all the way up. Nice and strong with that spine. Lengthen those legs back to be straight. reach up and over. Sit back up and over. One more. And over. Well done. Okay, bending those knees again, supporting yourself to get down. So bringing those elbows down one at a time. And from here, we're going to stay here. I want to make sure those ribs aren't flared forward, so those are tucked under, core is engaged. We're going to lift the legs into that tabletop. Tap down, lift, and down, up, and down, lift, lift. Okay, options to keep the feet down one at a time, or we can do a switch. So we've got our feet off the ground, both feet off the ground at one time. So tap, 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 tap. 4, 3, 2, last one. Both feet into that tabletop. Push that foot away, bring it back in. Push that foot away in, away, and in, away, and in. Push. 3, 2, last one. Feet both back down. Okay, curl yourself down onto the mat. And we'll start by hugging one knee in at a time. Hug those knees and just rock yourself slightly side to side. Circle those knees round. Lengthen those legs, squeezing those thighs together. And we're just going to do the smallest little circles with those toes, as though you're painting a picture onto the ceiling. And we'll change direction. Switch. Okay, bring those knees back into that tabletop. Pushing the spine down. We talk about imprinting the spine quite a lot, so think about that. Think about pulling the core in. And we're going to tap the legs down one at a time. Down, up, down, up. Switching sides. And again, we can make it a bit harder. So stay there if that's enough for you. If not, we're going to switch, 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 switch. Pulling that spine down, engaging the core. I'm going to go for 4, 3, 2, last one. And from there, we're going to push the legs away, bring them in, push away. And in. Spine needs to be onto the ground. If you want, you can keep one leg down at a time and switch sides in a minute. So we'll do 4 more. So switch sides if you haven't already. 3, 2, last one. Hug those knees in. Well done. One more little bit here. We're going to lower those feet down. Lower those knees to one side. Reach the arms over to the other. Bring those knees up to center. Switch down to the side. Back in through to center. Okay, hugging that knee into the chest. We're going to try and extend that other leg out to be as straight as we can. Lift that chest up. Pulling the shin, not the kneecap, pull the shin. And we'll switch sides. Switch, and we're going to do this for a few times, pulling in, switch, switch. And then we'll pause onto the other side. Pause there, pulling that knee in towards the chest. Okay, work onto the hips. So we're just going to pull that shin slightly to the side of our body, so towards the underarm. And then we're going to bring it to the center. And we're going to cross the body over to the side, reaching the arm behind you. Back through to center, lowering that leg. Bring that other leg in, lengthen the other one out. Start by hugging the shin towards the chest, then bring it out to the side. Opening the hip, back, centre, across the body. Bring the arm out to the side. And back through to centre. Okay, bending that other leg, placing this ankle on top of the thigh. And this is your figure of 4. So if pigeon pose, as we've done before, isn't for you, this is an alternative. Pushing that leg out. And from here, taking the hands in between the centre, you can bring that leg closer towards the chest. Get that stretch down to the glutes. So the tighter you pull that thigh, or the closer the leg comes towards the chest, the tighter the stretch becomes. And you can lengthen this other leg and deepen by bringing that leg all the way down, holding that stretch. And gently release. Switching sides, so pushing gently, opening that hip. Taking the hands to the centre and pulling that leg towards your body. Lengthen that leg, and if you want to deepen it, you can hold onto the calf muscle. And gently lower yourself, lower those legs all the way down. Okay, last couple of minutes, cooling down now, so if you need to put a layer on, then do. And we're just going to focus and finish off with some release exercises. So we'll start with our feet and toes, curling those toes in, tighten the muscles in the feet. Then we'll think about the lower part of the calves, squeeze the ankle, squeeze the heel towards the back of the legs. Then tighten the knees. Tighten the knees and pulling them down towards the ground, squeezing the quads. Then we'll think about the pelvic floor. Pull the pelvic floor up, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, release. Let the limbs from the hips all the way down to the toes feel lighter. Pull the core in towards the spine, down towards the mat. Just trying to squash that spine down, really tighten. Then we'll push the shoulder blades down. Then we'll release the chest and the torso. Tighten the fingers one at a time, clenching the fists, the wrists, the biceps, the shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale, release. Tighten and lengthen the jawline, thinking of the neck muscles. Then we'll close the eyes, tight shut. Think about pursing the lips, scrunching the nose. Exhale, release. Take a couple of breaths. And we'll bend the knees. We'll bring ourselves over to one side, pushing ourselves away from the mat. Bring yourself facing down towards the mat. Push into that downward dog position, pushing those heels into the ground. Then walking the hands towards the feet. Inhale, we're going to rise back up through to that standing position. Lift and roll those shoulders. Those arms, the inhale, exhale, we're going to come down. Inhale, exhale, one more. Bring yourself back up through to standing. Think of your good strong posture as you finish the class. Well done, thank you.